So what the heck is an investment property? How do I get one? Will it make money? And how much is it going to cost me? Hey everyone, this is Casey with Gulf Coast Investing, where we look and talk about all things investing right here on the Gulf Coast. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all the things investing on the Gulf Coast. Check out where I'm at today, this beautiful view of a condo that we are at in Orange Beach. So you may be asking, what is an investment property? So an investment property is defined as real estate that's purchased to generate income through rent or appreciation or both. So this can be done through you as an individual or a group of investors, friends, relatives, or just investors, business people that get together and team up to purchase real estate, purchase investment properties. So typical investment properties are going to include houses, condos like this one, multifamily, which could include duplexes, triplexes, and then even commercial properties, which can include apartment buildings, and then commercial buildings, commercial space, and all that kind of stuff that we'll get into in another video. Today, we're going to look at the house and condo investment properties like the one that we're in right now. When an investor comes into this condo, what are they looking at? What data are they looking at? How do you walk into a condo and determine if this unit is right to purchase it, turn it into an investment? Is it going to be worth it to buy it? Is it going to make me money? So that's what we're going to look at in this video. So here are the two main factors that you want to look at when you're deciding if you should buy an investment property. So they are your personal ability and the property itself. So your personal ability includes things like, are you financially ready? So do you have the reserve cash for your down payment? So your down payment can be anywhere from 10% to 25% of the purchase price. Another thing to look at is closing costs. So you have attorney's fees, all the closing cost documents. That could be another couple percent that it could cost you when you're looking to buy an investment property. Then other startup costs, so getting any business license, city's license, fixing up the property to get it actual rent ready. Those are other things that you want to make sure you have in those reserve funds, which that's another one. Rainy day fund. So in case a storm comes through or you can't get rented out the first week or two or the first month or two, do you have the reserve cash to pay the bills while you get your property up and going? So another thing to look at is time. So do you have the time that it takes to run an investment property? So these things can be anywhere from having to deal with tenants, having to deal with repairs, getting those 2 a.m. calls that a pipe busted. So do you have the time to deal with your investment property and spend time on it? Obviously, one thing with that is going to be location. So if your investment property is the next town over, you can spend a little more time on it. If it's 5 states over, then it's going to spend, then it's almost impossible for you just to pop by, if a tenant gets locked out or if there's minor repairs or things like that. So that's another thing to look at. Besides the money is also the time. One way around that is by hiring a property management company. So some people do it with their first property. Some wait till they get 10 properties and hire a property management company. They'll handle everything for you when it comes to cleaning, screening the tenants, handling those 2 a.m. repair calls. But one thing with that is they do cost money. So they will normally take a % of your rent each month. So make sure you factor that in when you're looking back at number one, looking at that budget and the money for if you have the financial ability for the investment property. The second factor to look at is the property itself. So once you know you're financially ready, you got the time, or you have the ability worked out to run the property, it's looking at the property itself. So things to determine if the property itself is right, one of the biggest ones is price. So do you know the comps in the area, how much other houses or condos sold for? Is it priced right? Another thing is the location. So like for us down here, a condo on the beach is will rent a whole lot more than a condo off from the beach. so across the street from the beach. So that's one thing to look at when you're looking. Also, any rental history and rent restrictions. One thing, in certain towns, they're starting to put certain rental restrictions on properties, so you're going to want to check that out. Also, any HOA or special insurance costs that has to do with the property itself. You're going to want to find that out to make sure you know what you're getting into ahead of time for your monthly rates, your monthly costs, and all that. So best thing for that is to find a real estate agent, finding a realtor that's going to be able to look at that and say, hey, you know, here's the price, here's the comps, here's what others are renting for in the area. They'll get you the monthly HOA breakdown and all that as well. So that's one good tip to have to help you find the right property. And then kind of a bonus point is timing in general. So everybody's saying it these days, we're in a real estate bubble, the bubble's going to pop, all this kind of thing. Again, if you find that the timing's right and you find the right property and it's at the right price, it's always the right time. So, you know, everybody hears, oh, you should have heard interest rates back in my day. So, you know, back when they were 19, 20, 25%, you know, whatever. Interest rates are still better historically than they have been or have, you know, or will be in the future. So, again, when you're looking at that, if you're looking at a big 5-year plan, kind of two options with interest rate and with the timing and the market. So what first thing is, most people are saying as a fact, they think that 5 years from now, most prices are going to be higher then than they are now. So if you know that prices in 5 years are going to be higher than now, and your big holdup is interest rate, well, you really have two options. Number one, the interest rate is either going to be higher in 5 years than it is right now, and you got a great deal, or number two is the interest rate's going to be lower in 5 years than it is right now, and in that case, you got your deal, you got your property at the perfect price now, and you can go refinance once interest rates drop. So it really is a win-win when it comes to timing, you know, and as far as all that goes. So now that you know what an investment property is, some things you can do to prepare yourself personally and financially, what to kind of look for in the property itself, and if you believe the timing is right, what's the next step? So the next step is to make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more great tips like this one. Just kidding. So simply the next step is to take the next step. So whether that's reaching out to a realtor to start looking at comps and start looking at properties to choose from, if that's reaching out to your mortgage lender to see, hey, am I financially ready to move and to take a step on this investment property, whatever it is, or if the next step is just to reach into your pocket, reach into your bank account and go for it, make that purchase. Just take the next step. You'll be thankful in 5 years from now that you did.